Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the diamond for high school softball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon from Silex High School as we bring you area high school softball. And the Clopton Lady Hawks were originally expected to host this matchup, but they had some field conditions that were less than ideal, and so they find themselves on the road today, and so they'll make that up next year, figure that out. But it'll be Silex traveling to Clopton next year. But today, getting this EMO conference matchup in, we'll break this one down next in the Eagle 102 pregame show.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought by Dick's Mud Auto, W5 Auction Services, White Insurance Agents, and Woods Meats.
The Eagle 102 pregame is coming on KJF Radio.
The summer savings on versatile New Holland mid-range tractors from Bowling Green Tractor. Choose 0% financing for 72 months or get up to $10,000 in cash back. Pick the deal that's right for you. As icing on the cake, you'll pay no money down with nothing due until 2025 with either offer. This summer's hottest deals on utility tractors are available now at Bowling Green Tractor. Stop in for all the details. Offer ends September 13th. For commercial use only. Customer participation is subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
Maddie Ingram in with you this afternoon for Eagle 102 Sports as the Silex Lady Owls host the Clopton Lady Hawks, and Clopton comes into this matchup 6-7. We had them last night as they took on Louisiana, and they fell 7-2, and that was a tough road loss. They've lost 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5. Coming into this game, the Silex Lady Owls are 5-10. Their last game was nearly a week ago, so 6 days ago. It was on Friday of last week. They fell to Liberty 7-1, so they've had a little bit of time to recover and get back and ready for this one. They have they've won 3 of their last 5. So in comparison to the Clopton Lady Hawks, they've kind of struggled over the last few weeks, but for the Silex Lady Owls, they've kind of been on a tear. 3 of the 5 of their last games they've won. We'll bring our keys to the game next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon and Tanning, Pogue Ford, West End Storage, and Sun Window Company.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Our keys to the game this afternoon, as both teams are getting ready to wrap up their infield pregame, and it's a big one for the Clopton Lady Hawks, is they're going to have to play clean softball today, and that starts in the pitcher's circle. So there's been some ups and downs for Clopton throughout the course of the season. They started off pretty hot, but they've kind of tapered off over the last few weeks. So if things are going well in the pitcher's circle, usually the defense is focused and ready to go behind Ashlyn Noah, but they're going to have to be able to do that today. And contributions have been great at the beginning of the game, but Clopton's going to have to be able to continue to push runs across for all 7 innings, as none of these EMO conference teams ever say die. They're going to continue to fight until the end. So those are our keys to the game for the Clopton Lady Hawks. In comparison for the Silex Lady Owls, everything also starts in the pitcher circle. Rylan Harris has been fantastic this year for the Silex Lady Owls. Offense has been kind of up and down, and so they've experienced some tough losses and some really close games, but you're going to have 1 through 9 contribute as well, all 7 innings for the Silex Lady Owls. We've seen them perform really well, and we've seen them struggle at the plate, so it'll be interesting to see what pitcher is able to outduel the other this afternoon as we bring you an EMO conference matchup. We'll bring you our starting lineups next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Auto Body Services, Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Calumet of Missouri, and Kearns Construction.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life, and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Klarbrunn Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Our starting lineups this afternoon, as the Silex Lady Owls welcome in the Clopton Lady Hawks. And so for the Clopton Lady Hawks leading things off, it'll be number 8, Danica Graham. She'll play shortstop today, followed by number 1, Charlie Spoonster. She'll be playing second base. The third baseman bats third. It's Riley Kuntz. She wears number 12. Callie Noah, the catcher, will bat in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth today, Jaden Williamson. Batting sixth, it's Brooke Jarrett. Skylar Parker is in right field today. Skylar Wilson, the left fielder, in the 8 spot. And then in the 9 spot, it's the pitcher rounding out the lineup for the Lady Hawks. So it's Noah, Wilson, Parker, Jarrett, Williamson, Noah, Kuntz, Spoonster, Graham from bottom to top for the Clopton Lady Hawks. On the other side for the Silex Lady Owls, as they are in the first base dugout, leading things off, it'll be number 13, Rylan Jensen, followed by Kinsey James in the 2 spot. Carrington Morris is the catcher, and she'll bat third today. Cleanup hitter is Austin Van Horn, the first baseman. Kylie Twellman will play right field today and bat fifth. Rylan Harris will get the start in the pitcher circle, and she'll bat sixth. Batting seventh, it's Hope Cunningham. She'll be the designated player. Macy Mooney, the third baseman, is in the 8 spot, and Morgan Kuntz is in left field to round out the lineup. So from the top, it's Jensen, James, Morris, Van Horn, Twellman, Harris, Cunningham, Mooney, and Kuntz for the Silex Lady Owls. We're getting ready for introductions, and the national anthem. Will be back with first pitch next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, DG Firearms, Lynn's Heritage House, and Reed Insurance Agency.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green is right here for you and your family. No matter what stage of life you are in, better health starts with your primary care provider, the person who knows your health history and can connect you with the right specialist if needed. The Hannibal Regional Medical Group team of primary care providers are ready to help guide you on your path to better health, right here at home. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
We're back at Silex High School as the Silex Lady Owls hosting the Clopton Lady Hawks in EMO conference matchup. Once again, coming into this game, the Clopton Lady Hawks, they are 6-7. They've lost 3 in a row, and they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. So a little bit of a rough stretch for the Lady Hawks. And for the Silex Lady Owls, they are 5-10 coming into this game. Their last game was just about a week ago, 6 days ago on 9/20, so that was last Friday. They took on Liberty Wentzville. They fell 7-1, so a little bit of rest, and they're back at it with some EMO conference play for their first game of the week. They have won 3 of their last 5 games. Still working on some on-the-field introductions as we prepare for this big EMO conference matchup. If you were on the road and you were headed out to watch this game, this one has been moved this afternoon as it was expected to be played at Eolia, and the rain that we had at the beginning of the week has definitely impacted that field, and there was some standing water despite all of the efforts of the Clopton Hawks athletic department to get it ready. Decided to move it so we can get this EMO conference matchup in. With the postseason just a couple of weeks away, but you really never know what the weather's going to do, so want to make sure they can get it in while they can. Moved it to Silex today, and their field looks spectacular. Beautiful day for softball as we continue to wrap up with these introductions. We will have the national anthem and then first pitch next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by W5 Auction Services, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options, muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wraps, and salads. And Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close, featuring delicious entrees like lasagna, red wine pot roast, and more. We offer a variety of dishes beyond pizza and Italian, ensuring there's something for everyone. And don't forget, we're now open Sundays from 11 to 2 p.m. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana. Your perfect dining destination Wednesday through Sunday.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
As the national anthem concludes, we are ready for softball. The home team today will be Silex, despite the fact that this game was moved. They've just kind of flipped everything around and then promised to return next season, as they will hopefully have a new field at Clopton by then. They've had a couple of delays. They were expecting to actually have that field done before the start of this season, so they were hoping to have it in August, and then there was some delays, and everything since COVID is either out of stock or there's a back order on something, right? And if anybody has built a home or any kind of building over the last couple of years, you probably know that. So that is kind of a similar thing that has happened with all of the work that has went on at Clopton. They are installing a turf field, and so they had some poles and looking to get the dimensions correct for things. And so there was also a hope that, before the season was over, that it could be installed and ready to go. But still, not done, so we'll look forward to next softball season for the Lady Owls and playing on that new field. But moved here today as Clopton has been able to use the Eolia fields, and it's worked out nicely for them. Just didn't work out today, but Silex looks great, and it's just a few minutes up the road. We're ready for softball. A little bit of a different lineup today for the Clopton Lady Hawks, shaking things up. As we mentioned, they've been on a little bit of a rough stretch. Leading things off, Danica Graham, followed by Charlie Spoonster, Riley Kuntz, Callie Noah, Jaden Williamson, Brooke Jarrett, Skylar Parker, Skylar Wilson, and then Ashlyn Noah in the 9 spot. As senior Danica Graham steps in the right side of the box, we are ready for first pitch. First one is dealt low in the dirt for ball 1. Rylan Harris getting the start today for the Lady Owls. She looks at her wristband and lets her defense get set. Tosses the next one. It rides just a little low as well. 2-0. As Graham steps out, checks with her third base coach, Dean Street. At first base, it's Dalton McKinney. Graham steps back in. And the next one is upstairs. 3-0. Count in Graham's favor. Next one falls in. It looked a little off speed. Catches a corner, and it keeps Graham at the plate. 3-1 as she moves up in the box. Her front foot, her left foot, is right on the line. She swings at the next pitch. It's grounded 2 hops to the shortstop, Kinsey James. She makes a strong throw to the first baseman, Austin Van Horn, and 1 out on the board. Good job by Kinsey James. She's been solid at shortstop for the Lady Owls. That brings in Charlie Spoonster. She's been leading off. She's slapping from the left side. She pulls back a bunt. It is called a strike as the infield was crashing in and Carrington Morris was standing up in that pitch call. 0-1. Slapping this time, no need for a bunt as Spoonster steps out. Now a 1-1 count. Corners are in. Van Horn towing up the line. Mooney as well as Spoonster fouls this one back to the screen. 1-2. Harris has a lot of spin on her ball, so anytime a foul ball goes up, there is always that potential that it could hang in the air just a little bit longer. And chasing, Spoonster goes out of the zone. It was a pitch that was high and outside. She goes down swinging as out number 2. And that sends Kuntz to the plate. She's had a great senior season, leading the way for the Lady Hawks. She watches the first pitch go to the outside corner for ball 1. 1-0 count for the right-handed senior. Next pitch is at the knees and good for a strike. 1-1 as Harris is able to come back and even things up. Ground ball and a strikeout has been the record so far, and Kuntz drives the first pitch she sees that she likes, and she drives it right back up the middle. It's good for a single, drops into center field. So a 2-out single will bring the 4 spot, Callie Noah, to the plate. Noah, a left-handed hitter and the catcher for the Lady Hawks. She digs in a wide stance. She swings at the first pitch she sees, lines it over the left fielder's head. Kuntz misread it. They're going to send Riley Kuntz around for the Lady Hawks, and the Lady Hawks are on the board as Riley touches all 4 bags. Callie Noah standing up at second base. It is a double. That ball was hit hard, and it just carried to the wall. Not much Morgan Kuntz could do about it as the sun was right in her eyes. But it's an RBI after 2 hits from the Lady Hawks. So a single off the bat of Riley Kuntz, and then followed up by a double off the wall off the bat of Callie Noah. And that'll bring in Williamson, and she started things off yesterday. She did pretty well in that first inning, got on. Lady Hawks, the only runs they scored were in the first inning yesterday against the Lady Dogs. Williamson gets this one off the end of her bat and tailing down the right field line and foul as it bounces and heads to the wall. 2 strikes on the hitter. Everybody will go back. Williamson, step back in. She's going to flash bunt with an 0-2 count, pulls it back, and just missing. A nice spot, a pitcher's pitch by Harris. Williamson will have another life. Next one is upstairs, 2-2. Harris gets the call from the dugout. Williamson flashing bunt again, pulls back, grounds this one slowly to the left side. A throw on the run. Macy Mooney is able to get Williamson by a step. Out number 3 is recorded. We are headed to the bottom of the first inning. The Clopton Lady Hawks strike first. It's 1-0 as we bring you area high school softball action from Silex High School on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick Dealer in Hannibal, Service and Supply Co-op, and PJ's Salon.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Bottom of the first inning. Let's run down that defense for the Clopton Lady Hawks. In left field, Skylar Wilson. Jaden Williamson is the center fielder. Skylar Parker is in right field today for the Lady Hawks. Riley Kuntz, the third baseman. Danica Graham, the shortstop. Charlie Spoonster, the second baseman. Brooke Jarrett at first base. Behind the plate, Callie Noah. And towing the rubber today, it's Ashlyn Noah for the Lady Hawks. We will run down the Silex Lady Owls lineup. Leading things off, Rylan Jensen, followed by Kinsey James. The 3 spot belongs to Carrington Morris. Cleanup hitter today is Austin Van Horn. Kylie Twellman, the right fielder, will bat 5th. And the 6th spot, it's the pitcher, Rylan Harris. Hope Cunningham is the designated player. She will bat 7th today. 8th spot belongs to Macy Mooney, and the 9th spot, rounding out the lineup for the Silex Lady Owls, it's Morgan Kuntz. So for Silex, it's Jensen, James, Morris, Van Horn, Twellman, Harris, Cunningham, Mooney, and Kuntz. As Noah says, I'm good, gets her warm-up tosses in, and the Lady Owls send Rylan Jensen to the plate first. She swings at the first pitch. It's fouled back to the screen. Quickly 0-1. Jensen has some speed. You want to keep her off the base path if you're Clopton. As they move into a slap defense, that means the second baseman, Charlie Spoonster, is playing at about the distance of the pitcher, Ashlyn Noah, so she's in on that second base side. The third baseman, Riley Kuntz, is also drawn in. First baseman, Brooke Jarrett, stands behind first base. The next pitch is fouled off the end of the bat, 1-2. It's a long foul ball. Defense still pulled in, that same slap defense, as Noah looks to deliver the next pitch. Swung on and missed. Callie Noah has some issues with it. It gets off the tip of her glove into the backstop, hustling down the line. A drop third strike sends Jensen to first base. Now it'll be Kinsey James. Last week against Mark Twain, Kinsey had a fantastic game, just hitting the ball hard to the left side, and she had line drives as she squares to bunt with that pitch, and it rolls foul. 0-1, just trying to move runners over. She'll look for the next call from Coach Rebecca Prowley. Noah gets her sign, flashing bunt again, going on the pitch, and a nice throw down to second base, just on the wrong side of the bag. Callie Noah, I think, had Jensen by about 2 steps, but having to come across to try to make the tag was Danica Graham. Went to the third base side, should have went to the second base side to be in time. So at second, it's Rylan Jensen. And an 0-2 count on Kinsey James. Clopton was able to put 1 run across the plate in the top of the first inning, so Silex was working from behind. And swinging through the next pitch, it is Kinsey James. She'll go down as a strikeout victim. First out in the bottom of the first inning. Brings in Carrington Morris with the runner at second base being Rylan Jensen. Morris drives the first pitch up the middle. It's going to get to the green. They're going to wave Jensen around. Throw, and not in time, as it was a nice one-hop throw from the center fielder Williamson. It was just a little too hard of a bounce. It rolled up Callie Noah's arm. So standing up at second base as she took off on the throw in, it's Carrington Morris. So a single and advancing on the throw, but an RBI in the books for Carrington Morris. That sends Austin Van Horn to the plate. The first pitch she sees is upstairs. 1-0. Noah comes back. As Van Horn thought she was going to get hit, she turned into that one, but it is called for a strike. That evens the count up at 1-1 with 1 out and the runner at second. Our score 1-1 in the bottom of the first inning. This one is lined off the shortstop glove as Danica Graham tried to make a sliding catch, sliding on her knees as the ball was dying. Everybody will be safe as Van Horn stands at first, and standing at third, it's Carrington Morris. First pitch to Kylie Twellman is down the middle, taken for a strike. Standing up at second base, it's Austin Van Horn, as stolen base for her. Next pitch goes up and away, 1-1 to batter Twellman. This one is grounded off the glove of Ashlyn Noah. She's going to have to be quick. Underhand tosses it over Callie Noah's head. 1 run comes across, and it's 2-1 Silex. Twellman will be safe at first base. It'll be an error on the pitcher, Ashlyn Noah. Just an underhand toss that she made quickly, trying to get to home plate over the head of Callie Noah, which is hard to do because both Ashlyn and Callie have some height to them. And it'll be a pitcher versus pitcher matchup with first and third and 1 out. Next one gets away from Callie Noah. Going to be a play at the plate. Sliding in safely. It's Austin Van Horn as she slid right under the tag. Twellman will stand up at second base. And the count is 1-0. Looks like the Lady Hawks want to have a moment and try to talk to Ashlyn Noah. Calm her down just a little bit as things have spiraled just a little. Harris will continue her at bat as it is 1-0 with one out and a runner at second base. Silex leading 3-1. Next pitch from Noah is in the dirt. She looks over to the dugout. 2-0. Having a little bit of trouble with velocity today. Could just be because of how many innings she's already pitched this year. A long strike, that'll help her out. 2-1. To get back in this count. It was a foul off the end of the bat of Rylan Harris. Harris sticks her hand up, asks for time, and steps into the box. Pitch just a little bit low, right at the kneecaps on the inner half of the plate. No good. It's 3-1. Slowly grounded to the second baseman. Charlie Spoonster gets it on the second hop, flips it to Brooke Jarrett, the first baseman, for out number 2. Harris will head to the dugout, but she did advance the runner. So she did her job. Productive out. And it'll be Cope Cunningham that has a chance to punch a run across for Silex. Runner at third base is Twellman. She gets a good lead, hops up the line as strike one is called on the hitter, Cunningham. Noah looking to settle in and minimize the damage. That pitch bounces in a couple of times. Collected by Callie Noah behind the plate. She used her chest guard to keep that in front. 1-1 pitch. This one spiked into the ground. Big hop. Brooke Jarrett gets it. She's going to run it to the bag herself. She will record out number 3 as we are headed to the top of the second inning. It is the Silex Lady Owls leading the Clopton Lady Hawks 3-1 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, La Crosse Lumber Company, Bill Allen Auction Services, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
3-1 our score as we head to the top of the second inning, and Clopton will send Brooke Jarrett to the plate first to lead things off. Be 6, 7, 8. If anybody gets on, it'll be the 9 spot, Ashlyn Noah, and then Clopton will look to turn the lineup over. Harris gets on top. First pitch, strike. The next pitch is swung on by Jarrett. Moving towards the middle, getting it on a big hop. Nikki Carroll is able to field the grounder and toss it to first base to Austin Van Horn for the out. So ground ball out to start the second inning. And Skylar Parker to the plate for the Lady Hawks. Ball low. Harris slowly walks back to the rubber. Looks at her rosin, picks it up. and then steps on the rubber. Next pitch is fouled back to the screen. It was in on the hands, kind of jammed Parker. She'll stay at the plate with a 1-1 count. Flashing bunt, gets it down, perfectly rolls to the pitcher, fielding it cleanly and making a strong throw to first base to beat the speedy Parker. Harris does her job for out number 2. Really nice bunt. Knew she was going to have to be quick, and she was able to get her by a step. We were talking yesterday, and it's very hard to field your position as a pitcher and to field your position well. And for some people, it's really hard to go from throwing a ball underhand and then throwing it overhand to first base. One-0, and the next pitch is lifted high. It'll be foul, out of play. 1-1, it evens things up for the batter, Wilson. Two outs, and the next pitch is chopped back to the pitcher, Rylan Harris. She fields it cleanly, takes her time, makes the throw. Out number 3. We are headed to the bottom of the second inning. 3-1, Silex leads Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, White Insurance Agency, and Wood Smoke Meats.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Macy Mooney heads to the plate for the Silex Lady Owls, so she'll lead things off. It'll be 8-9-1. Mooney, Kuntz, back to the top of the order for Rylan Jensen. In the bottom of the first inning, the Silex Lady Owls posted 3 runs. Clopton would like to settle in here. Mooney is first pitch swinging. Quickly on the run, making the catch in foul territory. It's the second baseman, Charlie Spoonster. 1 pitch, 1 out. As Morgan Kuntz heads to the plate. Kuntz watches the first pitch as it goes way outside, 1-0. With 1 out. She steps in with her all-red bat on the right side. This one is lined, just over the head of a jumping Charlie Spoonster. She was maybe an inch away from grabbing that one, and she would have robbed Kuntz of a nice single. They'll turn the lineup over as the 9 spot is safe at first base. The ball found the green. Clopton shifts into their slap defense. And they're going to switch it up a little bit. As Jensen looks to drop down a bunt, Callie Noah was anticipating the steal. In the process, she had a hard time collecting the pitch that went to the wrong side of the plate. Standing up at second base is Morgan Kuntz. Jensen swings at the next pitch. Now 1-2 as that one is fouled behind us. (0-2) count. 1 out and a runner at second base. This one is popped high in the air. May have some room, and she does. It doesn't touch the net at all. Callie Noah just stood there and was waiting for it. It came down. That's a very rare instance. When you have a foul ball that goes up by this screen, it's so high in the air. it's kind of impressive that it didn't actually touch the net at all on the way down. She was right where she needed to be to make the catch. So tough break for Rylan Jensen as she will be retired. This one is lined hard down the third baseline, off the glove of Riley Kuntz, and a hard hit ball off the bat of Kinsey James. She will have a single. Runners at the corner now. That was right up the third baseline. Tough ball for Riley Kuntz. Carrington Morris drove in a run her last at bat. As she watches the first pitch upstairs. 1-0. Next pitch is inside. Backs her off the plate, but is called for a strike. 1-1. This one chopped hard down the third baseline and foul. Runners will go back to their spots at first and third with 2 outs and a 1-2 count. The 3 spot. Morris steps back in and awaits the next pitch from Noah. Ooh, just missing on that inner half of the plate. Taking second base in that process was James. And 2-2 the count. Nice pitch. Let's see where she goes now. Next one is spoiled to the bullpen. 2-2. They'll try it all over again. And they're going to have to get a ball from the dugout, as there's been quite a few foul balls already today. So they were having a shortage out on the field. 2-2. The count on the hitter, Carrington Morris. Runners at second and third base. Next pitch, a little high. They're going to check on the runner. Getting back in time, it was Kuntz. And a full count. Don't want to put her on for the 4 spot. Van Horn, she had a single her last at bat. And they walk her. Base is juiced. And that'll be the 4 spot, Austin Van Horn stepping in. Good at bat by Carrington Morris. She was able to get quite a few pitches. Grounded slowly to the shortstop. Underhand toss to third base. Danica Graham gets it to Kuntz. Kuntz with a stretch. They get the force out to get out of the inning. Silex can't punch a run across in the bottom of the second inning. They threatened, but they couldn't do it. 3-1 as Silex leads Clopton as we head to the top of the third inning on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon and Tanning, Pogue Ford, West End Storage, and Sun Window Company.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding community since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Hunter Douglas custom window treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 until noon. Let Castile's be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the Square in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
9-1-2 for the Clopton Lady Hawks. They'll send Ashlyn Noah to the plate, back to the top of the lineup for Danica Graham and Charlie Spoonster. If anybody gets on, it'll be the 3 spot, Riley Kuntz. 3-1, Silex leads Clopton. Noah is squaring to bunt. She gets it off the end of the bat. It's popped up, and it'll hit the net. Strike 1. 0-1 as Ashlyn steps back into the right side batter's box. She'll square to bunt again. She bunts it down the first baseline. It's going to roll foul, picked up by Carrington Morris before it gets to the Silex dugout. 0-2. Noah gets the pitch from Harris. An 0-2 pitch. It was a chase pitch. Goes out of the zone. 1-2. Not a bad spot. As Noah awaits the 1-2. Next one is off the plate over the chest protector on the left side. Carrington Morris, and then off the net. Rolled all the way down to the Hawks' third base dugout. That was just a pitch off the plate. Must have hit off of a seam. Quite a bit of bounce to it. 2-2. Next pitch is low as well. 3-2. Seems like Harris may have lost some of her rhythm. She's shaking her hands out, adjusting her sleeves. Now gets the sign and is ready to go. Next pitch spoiled by Noah. She sends it back to the screen. Full count again. Nice crowd at Silex, with people still rolling in. 3-2 pitch. Woo! Just missing. That was a nice pitch by Harris. And it's a free bag for Ashlyn Noah. So she's walked. We're back to the top of the lineup. No outs and a runner on for the leadoff spot, Danica Graham. Graham looks at her wristband and steps back in. First pitch she sees is in the left-handed batter's box outside for a ball. 1-0. Runner at first base is Ashlyn Noah. She will stay out there and run for herself. Lifted into right field. Center fielder, covering some ground. Rylan Jensen makes that catch on the run near the right center field wall. Kylie Twelman got a little bit of a late break. I think she was battling the sun, but Rylan Jensen saw it right off the bat, makes the catch, and records the out. That was a deep fly and a good read. Covered a lot of ground. Jensen is usually stationed about 3 steps to the left of second base. Nice toss down. Throw gets under the glove of the shortstop, Kimsey James, heads to center field. Throw was on time, and if it was able to be caught, Noah probably would have been out, but she's standing up at second base, a stolen bag for Ashlyn Noah. But Jensen, the center fielder, usually stands about 3 steps to the left towards shortstop in center field, so she really did cover quite a bit of ground. Slow roller, James up with it. Nice throw across the diamond. And she will be safe. Spoonster hustling down the line. That was a really strong throw. The umpire was on the other side of the diamond, so it was a little bit of a delay in call as he was running and hustling towards the third base side, so everybody was looking at him like, what's the call? So runners at first and third now for the Lady Hawks, an infield hit for Charlie Spoonster. Brings in Riley Kuntz. First pitch outside, and the throw down to second base is cut off by the second baseman, Nikki Carroll. Spoonster will be safe standing up at second base. Staying at third base, it's Ashlyn Noah. A 1-0 count to Kuntz. Next pitch falls into the zone, painting a corner. Good spot by Harris. 1-1, that evens things up. Just 1 out on the board. That's the fly off the bat of Graham. Next pitch is dealt low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch is just a little outside. Nice spot. Maybe just a little high as well. 3-1. This is a good hitter's count for Riley Kuntz. She's had a single in her first at bat. And ball 4. Base is juiced for the Lady Hawks. Something's cooking. Now it'll be Callie Noah. She already has an RBI today. It's the only run on the board for the Lady Hawks as they trail Silex 3-1. But there's one out, and the base is loaded for the 4 spot. Noah, a left-handed hitter, and she has some power. First pitch is low, 1-0. Noah steps back in. Harris gets her pitch call from the dugout and sits just a little low again. Not a bad spot. (2-0). This one is lined. It's going to find the green. Drops in into left field. Hustling. They're going to send Charlie Spoonster all around. 2 runs come in to score, and sliding into third base safely, it's Kuntz. Everybody was going. They knew that ball was going to get down. It dropped in front of Morgan Kuntz in left field, and hustling all the way. Man, Charlie Spoonster was at the heels of Noah. 2 runs, and this game is tied 3-3. A nice shot down the left field line by Callie Noah. Silex wanting to talk about it. First and third for the Lady Hawks. And just 1 out. Callie Noah has all of the RBIs today so far for the Lady Hawks, so she's done her spot, and cleanup is exactly what she's done. They will have a courtesy runner for Callie as Williamson squares to bunt at the first pitch she sees. It is fouled back to the screen, 0-1. The courtesy runner is Madeline Williams. So she is at first base. Next pitch delivered to Williamson is upstairs. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and third. Our score 3-3.
You all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagles Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
3-3 our score as the Clopton Lady Hawks were able to tie it up in the top of the third inning with a hit off the bat of Callie Noah. Callie Noah was able to drive in all 3 runs so far for the Lady Hawks, and she's the one that has kept them in this ball game. As it is the bottom of the third inning, and it's Twellman at the plate for the Lady Owls. First pitch is off the shin guard of Callie Noah and to the backstop, 1-0. Next one she swings at and fouls it off the inner part of her bat. It was a pitch that was riding in on her hands, almost a defensive swing, 1-1. Twellman, the right-handed hitter, moves up in the box just a little bit and swings through the next pitch as next pitch is off the end of the bat, fouled back to the screen. 1-2. Keep Twellman at the plate as Noah continues to battle for the Lady Hawks. Our 3-3 game in the bottom of the third, this EMO conference matchup. And fouled again. That time it's off the catcher's mask. Let's see what Noah does here. Hasn't necessarily used an off-speed pitch today. Be interesting to see if she does there. She doesn't. She rides the inner half and has a little bit of rise action. She gets Twellman to swing, and Twellman's down on strikes. She walks back to the dugout. It'll send the pitcher Rylan Harris to the plate. with 1 out. Second strikeout of the day. As Noah continues to get stronger, the first pitch is tossed in low for a ball. A little bit of miscommunication or some misfires as Callie Noah will set up all the way to the outer corner of the plate, and the pitch will go on the inner half of the plate. So having to slide around, do quite a bit of blocking, which is common for a catcher, but when you're setting up on the outside, could be either a miscommunication or missing spots. Next pitch is off the bat of Rylan Harris, 1-2. As Harris slowly walks back to home plate, takes a big deep breath and a couple of dry swings before she steps back in for the Lady Owls. 1-2 with 1 out. Off speed on the inner half of the plate. Oh, Brooke Jarrett is a step away from making the catch in foul territory. So Harris will have another life. Quite a bit of room on the first and third base sides in foul territory. So corners, if they've got a good jump on something, they can help their pitchers out. Sits back on this one, spikes it into the ground, a couple of hops. Danica Graham is able to field it cleanly, but her throw is on a bounce to the first baseman, Jarrett. Jarrett can't corral it, and Harris on for the Lady Owls. Looks like we have possibly a change. We do not. Oh, they will have a courtesy runner in place of Rylan Harris. And whenever they turn so we can see their number, we will let you know who that is. Our game is 3-3 with 1 out, and Cunningham at the plate. She's got a fresh count, and the first pitch from Noah is in and good. 0-1. Oh, one pitch. This one popped high in the air, calling everyone off. Noah goes out of the pitcher circle and makes the catch up the first baseline for out number 2. Now back to Macy Mooney, as she was first pitch swinging her last at bat. See if she makes an adjustment here. We know Macy has some power. She came up big for the Lady Owls many times last season. Has done so this year as well. 0-1. Noah paints the inside corner at the knees. With that runner still at first base. Off speed, it hangs up in the zone. It's spoiled and off the net as Mooney will step back in the right-handed batter's box. Mooney wears number 21. She's a senior, playing the hot corner this year for the Lady Owls. 0-2, swing and a miss. A nice changeup that floats to the outer half. And Noah's able to put an end to the threat as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Our game is tied 3-3 in this EMO conference matchup. You're listening to Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, DG Firearms, Lynn's Heritage House, and Reed Insurance Agency.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Top of the 4th inning. Clopton had some life in the top of the 3rd. They were able to punch 2 runs across behind a big hit from Callie Noah as she knocked in 2 with a hit down the left field line. Both of her hits today have come to the left from the left side. She had a double off the left field wall, and that was the first run of the game for the Lady Hawks. And then she sent a line drive down the left field line and knocked in 2 more. That brings our score 3-3. It'll be Parker, Wilson, Noah, so 7, 8, 9 as the Lady Hawks will look to take the lead. Get something going with this bottom half. Corners are in, and a 1-0 count on Parker. Next pitch is low and inside, right at the shoelaces. 2-0. Flashing bunt, bunted in the air, hopping up and making the catch. It's Carrington Morris. She stepped on the plate and made the catch. It was very well done and a tough spot to maneuver. You have to watch out for the bat, and a job well done by Carrington Morris. It's out number 1, and that brings the 8 spot, Wilson, to the plate. She's first pitch swinging and swings through it, 0-1. Harris spins the ball in her glove, delivers the pitch, a nice curveball that has some break, cuts to the outside. It swung on and missed by Wilson. Quickly 0-2. And a waste pitch, not a bad spot. Carried a little high out of the zone. It looked like that curveball that she had just worked pretty well with. But our count now 1-2 as Wilson takes a step closer to home plate. And she hits this one hard back up the middle. Looked like Harris was trying to get a fastball past her. Wilson was expecting it all the way. She drills it right back up the middle. Misses the foot of Harris, but it's a single for the 8 spot hitter. And now it'll be Ashlyn Noah. In her last at bat, she was able to force Harris to throw quite a few pitches. And, whoo, a nice throw down. Oh, man. That was a great throw by Carrington Morris. I think the field umpire was just on the wrong side of that, but I thought that she had Wilson by about 2 steps. Nice one-hop throw, and James was waiting for her at the bag. But a stolen base for Wilson as she bunted the ball and then made contact with the ball in play as she was trying to get down the first baseline. Hits off of her knee, and so she will be out, and the runner will have to go back to second base. So now 2 outs for the Clopton Lady Hawks, but they're back to the top of the lineup for Danica Graham. That's another hard part about bunting, and especially just being aware of your body. If your bat makes contact with it in fair territory, or you make contact with the ball in fair territory, you are automatically out. So it was a nice bunt by Ashlyn Noah, but unfortunately that is erased by making contact. Swinging through the second pitch she sees in this count, Danica Graham evens things up 1-1 with a runner at second base, Wilson. 2 outs on the board as Harris has made some adjustments. This one grounded slowly. James gets it on the third hop. Nice throw across the diamond, but can't get the scoop. Austin Van Horn, it gets under her glove. She's going to toss it home. Wilson was on her horse. She is able to come around and score. 4-3. Clopton takes the lead on an error at first base. Could go either way. Could be on the throw. It could be on the first baseman. It was a nice one hop, but sometimes it's hard to get that when the runner's coming down the line at you. So Harris was making the pitch to get out of the inning, and unfortunately that backfires for the Lady Owls. But the good news is the Lady Hawks, for the Lady Hawks, they were having some heads-up base running, so that gives them their second lead of the day. Taking off on the pitch, hustling down, no one's covering, and it's stolen base for Graham. Spoonster, kind of a check swing. And they are going to check on the runner. Morris was taking a peek at Danica Graham, throws behind her. Graham is back in safely somehow. That was close. 1-1 with 2 outs. And Spoonster at the plate. 4-3 our score as Clopton leads Silex. Harris with the next pitch. Beautiful screwball in the outside corner. 1-2. Graham at second base for the Lady Hawks. 1-2 pitch to Spoonster. Catches her looking. That's strike 3. Lady Hawks add 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead Silex 4-3 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by W5 Auction Services, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it will be Kuntz up first for the Silex Lady Owls, then it'll be back to the top of the lineup. It'll be Jensen and James. If anybody gets on, it'll be back to Carrington Morris, the 3 spot. She's had some success at the plate today. First pitch swinging, it's fouled back off the net as the count goes 0-1 on the hitter Kuntz. Noah delivers the next upstairs to even the count up 1-1. One pitch, fouled off. Once again by Kuntz. This one hits the top of the net and falls. 1-2. Wind is blowing straight out in center field. And goes chasing a rise ball that was way out of the zone. Kuntz got crossed up, and another strikeout in the books for Ashlyn Noah. As we turn the lineup over once again for the Lady Owls. With 1 out, it's Rylan Jensen stepping to the plate. This one is grounded right into the slap defense. A big hop, underhand toss by Charlie Spoonster after fielding the ball cleanly, and she's able to retire Jensen. Well done. It's hard to do, especially with Spoonster. She doesn't really necessarily have a lot of height to her. So when that ball is spiked into the ground, it can easily go over a shoulder, go over your head, depending on the field and the playing territory. But she was able to make the big scoop to record the out. So 2 outs with James at the plate. She has a 1-1 count. And the next one is fouled off the screen. 1-2. Her last at bat, she hit a line drive to the third baseman. reach base. She pops this one into the air, sky high. Center fielder Williamson crashing in, makes the catch right where the grass meets the dirt in center field. And that is out number 3. We are headed to the top of the 5th. Clopton holding on to a 1-run lead, 4-3 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick Dealer in Hannibal, Service and Supply Co-op, and PJ's Salon. Seize the summer with hot savings on versatile New Holland mid-range tractors from Bowling Green Tractor. Choose 0% financing for 72 months or get up to $10,000 in cash back. Pick the deal that's right for you. As icing on the cake, you'll pay no money down with nothing due until 2025 with either offer. This summer's hottest deals on utility tractors are available now at Bowling Green Tractor. Stop in for all the details. Offer ends September 13th. For commercial use only. Customer participation is subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
It'll be Riley Kuntz to lead things off for the Clopton Hawks, and then it'll be Callie Noah and then Williamson. So it'll be 3, 4, 5 due up. If anybody gets on, it'll be Brooke Jarrett, the 6th spot. As the toss down to second base got under the glove of the shortstop and rolled into the outfield. So a little bit of a delay in getting this inning started. And now we're ready to go. This is the top of the 5th inning. Clopton leading Silex 4-3. If you're just joining us, happy to have you on Eagle 102 Sports. We have a full house here at Silex High School as things got moved. Eolia is the field where Clopton's playing this fall season, and that field was full of water. They did a lot of work, and Clopton Athletics Department, they spent a lot of time but could not get the field prepared today. Clopton said, we're ready to go, or Silex did, and so that's why the game is here this afternoon. 2-1 the count as the pitch bounces a couple of times before getting to the plate that time as Kuntz steps back in. The righty with a wide stance turns on this next pitch. It is popped high. Right center field, shading over, calling everybody off, is Rylan Jensen. She makes the catch. First out in the books in the top of the 5th. Kuntz is retired. Callie Noah to the plate. First pitch to the lefty, she swings. It's grounded to Kinsey James. She eats it up on a big hop, makes a strong throw to first base, gets the out for number 2. Good work behind Harris. It's nice to be a pitcher and being able to trust your defense and seeing them work behind you. And now it's Williamson. Williamson, first pitch swinging, and this one hits the net. 0-1. As Williamson steps back in, Harris seemed like she couldn't hear the call from the dugout, so a little bit of delay, and Williamson was kind of stuck waiting. She's swinging, she's eager though, and she gets it off the end of the bat. Fouls it to make the count 0-2. Harris spins the ball. The next pitch bounces in. It looked like a pitch that she tried to get on top of and just released a little too early. But not a bad pitch, 1-2. Now the count 0-2. I encourage pitchers to continue to try to get hitters to chase, and she gets Williamson to chase 1-2. That nice curveball with a lot of breaking action. Williamson goes down on strikes, and we are headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Clopton leads Silex 4-3. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Lacrosse Lumber Company, Bill Allen Auction Services, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life, and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Bottom of the 5th inning as the Clopton Lady Hawks leading the Silex Lady Owls 4-3. Silex has some work to do. It'll be the 3 spot for Morris, Van Horn, and Twellman. If anybody gets on, it will be the pitcher Harris that they will send to the plate. The Lady Owls scored 3 runs in the first inning, and that's all they've got so far, as Ashlyn Noah has been able to settle in nicely, let her defense work behind her, which was part of our keys to the game. For both teams, it all starts in the circle. And the first pitch is off speed, catches Morris off guard, in for a strike. 0-1. As Morris steps back in. Ooh, just a little bit lower and maybe a little bit more in. And that pitch just misses the zone. It's 1-1. Not a bad spot as Morris awaits the next. This one is softly grounded back to Ashlyn Noah. Noah turns, sets her feet, and makes the throw to Brooke Jarrett at first base. Out number 1 as Morris is retired. Now it's Austin Van Horn as the first baseman heads to the plate. First pitch up in the zone to Van Horn. She steps out to see what is going to be called from the third base side. Checks her wristband and then gets in the batter's box. Pitch lifted high, right center field, carrying, and Parker can't get to it, hustling all the way. It was Van Horn. She's going to leg this out for 3. That's a big shift in momentum for the Silex Lady Owls, and their dugout is enthused about that one. Parker continued to go. It was high in the air, so it seemed like it was going to kind of hang, and so it was hard to read, and it just continued to carry. High fly ball to that right field wall. She got it in quickly, but Van Horn, with her long stride, was able to leg it out for 3 bags. And now it's Twellman. Twellman sees ball 1 and now steps back in and awaits the next pitch from Noah. This one is lifted into shallow right field. It drops in front of Parker. Coming in to score, it's Austin Van Horn. Triple single, and this game is tied 4-4. Working quick. Now it's Rylan Harris. With the runner at first base. Runner at first base is Twellman. And the first pitch to Harris is in and low for ball 1. Just 1 out as the Silex Lady Owls tied the game. Slow ground ball as Graham was cheating towards second base. She's able to get over and make the play. They get the force at second base. So Harris reaches on a fielder's choice. And now it's Cunningham. They are going to send out a courtesy runner in place of Harris. Courtesy runner. Let's see here. First pitch off the bat is lifted. Shortstop Danica Graham makes the catch on the run right in front of second base. That's out number 3. We're headed to the top of the 6th. It's a tie game, 4-4, after a big single from Twellman to the right side. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, White Insurance Agency, and Wood Smoke Meats.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
6-7-8 for the Clopton Lady Hawks, as it'll be Jarrett, Parker, Wilson, and a tie ball game. It was a big triple from Austin Van Horn and a ball that just continued to carry, and it was high in the air. She legged it out for 3 bags, and then she was able to come across and score with a single to right field off the bat of Kylie Twellman. So that's how we got to this tied situation, and we start the top of the 6th inning with a strike and Brooke Jarrett at the plate. Harris spins. Nice curveball, gets Jarrett to chase. Got a lot of good break and spin to that pitch. Makes it 0-2. This is a curveball, same spot, and it's shot down the first baseline. A lot of spin, hits off the palm of Austin Van Horn's glove. She's able to recover and steps on the bag to record the out, as Jarrett will head back to the Clopton dugout. Good adjustment, as she knew what was coming. First pitch to Parker is low for ball 1. She moves her back foot out of the right-handed batter's box to avoid getting hit. 1-0, and the next pitch sits low as well. Came in low, didn't fall off on the backside. It was low the whole way. 2-0. Chases a pitch out of the zone, and Harris is back in this one. It's 2-1. Two-one pitch, and Harris tried to get her to bite again. It was a very similar spot. If it worked one time, why not try it again? It's now 3-1, as Parker will look to battle here. Harris with a fastball, fouled off the bat of Parker. Now 3-2, a good battle. Beautiful weather. Unfortunately, the Buffalo Gnats have decided to make their arrival known at Silex this afternoon. And the next pitch is low and outside for ball 4. So it's Skylar Parker that's on board. And now Skylar Wilson will step in for the Lady Hawks. So 1 out and a runner at first base. And a tie ball game. Let's see what the Lady Hawks do here. Both of these teams can play some small ball, and we've seen both teams bunt very well this season. First pitch is taken low, but it is called a strike. 0-1, as Wilson squares away early, lets everybody know she's bunting, pulls it back, They're trying to do a strike 'em out, throw 'em out. They get the runner at second base by about 2 steps. A strong throw from Carrington Morris and a great tag by the shortstop, Kinsey James. And that eliminates the runner, and now 2 outs on the board. Wilson with 2 strikes. And the next pitch is outside. It was a good chase pitch. Wilson disciplined. We'll see another. One, 2. And Harris, nice pitch there, and it's fouled off by Wilson, so spoiled that one. And a 1-2 count again. That's a big break for Silex, especially after they were able to tie the game in the bottom of the 5th, and then they come out here and Clopton is able to get a base runner, and it's eliminated pretty much immediately. That's a big throw from Carrington Morris. Swinging on a pitch out of the zone, gets her to chase. A good pitcher's pitch. Another strikeout in the book for Rylan Harris. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-4 our score in this EMO conference matchup as Silex welcomes in Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon and Tanning, Pogue Ford, West End Storage, and Sun Window Company.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
4-4 our score as Macy Mooney will lead things off for the Silex Lady Owls. It'll be 8-9-1 as they look to get a run across. And then all they would have to do is hold Clopton, who has continued to threaten throughout the course of the game. They would have to hold them 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. They'd be able to record the win, but it's going to be a fight until the end. 4-4 our score, and the first pitch taken by Macy Mooney on the outside, and it's called for a strike. Oh, 1. This one is fouled off. 0-2. Noah will give her shortstop just a little bit of time as Danica Graham makes an adjustment to her socks, puts her glove back on, and now she's ready. 0-2 is swung on and missed. Really nice pitch on the inside corner from Ashlyn Noah. Both pitchers have been able to lock down and do what they need to do in these late innings. A tie ball game. It's the 9 spot. Morgan Kuntz. Kuntz flashes bunt, bunted in the air, and up making the catch on the run, it's Callie Noah. She was watching out for a bat. The ball was continuing to carry. She popped up quick. That is a big out, and it's back to the top of the lineup, but 2 outs in this tied ball game, and Rylan Jensen at the plate. Kuntz was just trying to lay down a bunt for a hit, and tilted that bat head, popped it up in the air, and a good bounce by Callie Noah. That was a really great effort, and she was able to get the out. It's a big out for her team, especially in this situation. 1-0. Slapped down the left field line and runs foul. As the left fielder, Wilson, will pick it up and toss it back in. 1-1 to even things up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ashlyn Noah gets her sign and takes a deep breath before throwing the next pitch. Paints a corner, nice spot, 1-2. Both of these teams have played in and played well today, focused well on both sides. As Spoonster is drawn in for the slap defense. Pitch is elevated. 2-2. This one is slapped to the left side and no man's land right between the shortstop, third baseman, and left fielder. And hustling, she turns a single into 2 bags. That's Rylan Jensen. Clopton was quick to get to where they needed to be, but they were just a step short, and that ball falls, and then they were slow to pick it up. It was almost like there was a conversation about who's going to pick the ball up, and Jensen was having none of that. She was like, I'll take second base. And if you guys are still looking for who's going to throw the ball, I'll even take third. She's at second base, though. That's where they kept her. You could see the panic on some of the Lady Hawks' faces. They were like, oh, she's still going. Popped high in the air, camping out underneath of it, right behind second base. It's Charlie Spoonster. She calls everybody off. She's able to secure it for out number 3. We are headed to the top of the 7th. Our score is still 4-4. This one is tied on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Auto Body Services, Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Calumet of Missouri, and Kearns Construction.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Top of the 7th inning, our score is 4-4. Clopton is going to be sending Bailey Baker to the plate, so she did not get a start in the batting lineup today. She has been for the Clopton Lady Hawks, but different option today, so she is batting now as she steps in the box. She's in place of the 9 spot, Ashlyn Noah. 1-0. The on-deck circle, it's Danica Graham. After that, it'll be Spoonster. If anybody gets on, it'll be Kuntz. It's quickly 2-0 on Bailey Baker and her first at-bat of the day. As we mentioned, she's replaced Ashlyn Noah in that 9 spot. And a hitter's count, 2-0. One is floated right down the middle. She doesn't swing, though, and it's 2-1. She served it up there, just trying to get back into the zone, which I don't blame her. Good move by Harris. Now a 2-1 count, and Baker doesn't chase on a pitch low and outside. 3-1. Baker steps in. The count is in her favor. Chases on a nice curveball. That's the same one that Harris has been able to cross up hitters with all afternoon. She's done a great job. Like the movement on that pitch. 3-2. Baker. And watches the next pitch outside. Baker will take a walk down to first base. So she's on with a walk. And the Lady Hawks will turn the lineup over. They will make the exchange as Baker was just in to hit. And Ashlyn Noah will now run for herself at first base. Baker did her job. They needed a base runner, and they got it. Now they'll turn the lineup over and try to get a run across. First pitch swinging, Danica Graham pops this one up and foul. It'll hit the concession stand behind us, 0-1. And we have quite a few foul balls that are still out. I don't know where they're going, but they're all coming in at the same time. I think there's 4 that have flooded the Silex dugout. There were little kids that were dropping them off and adults who were tossing them in. I don't know if they were just holding on to them or what, but we had that problem earlier. But as we mentioned, there have been quite a few foul balls today, but whenever they say, hey, we can't play unless you bring us the ball, then they all continue to bring them in. Flashing bunt, can't get it down. Noah's going to be able to get back to back to first base. And now an 0-2 count on Graham. Good pitch by Rylan Harris. And an 0-2. Out of the zone, it was a good pitcher's pitch, trying to get her to chase. It was just a little upstairs. And 1-2. Graham watches the next pitch. It's in the dirt. Noah takes off. It's a little bit of a late jump, and what a throw. Maybe the tag was just a little high, but Carrington Morris has done a fantastic job behind the plate. She has a gun, and that was kind of a gutsy move by the Lady Hawks, but now a runner in scoring position and a 2-2 count as Noah stands up at second base. Next pitch is a little low, 3-2. Harris will take a look at the runner and grab her rosin, trying to calm herself down. It's really easy to get out of your rhythm whenever the pressure is on. This one is grounded to the right side under the glove of the shortstop. James was shaded more towards second base. She had to come across the diamond to the left side, and the ball beat her by about a step. She was a step too late. Ball does find the green, and it is a hit for Danica Graham. So now runners at first and third for the Lady Hawks, and nobody out for the 2 spot, Charlie Spoonster. We have a tie ball game as Silex makes some adjustments with Spoonster at the plate. She flashes bunt. It's off the glove of Morris, taking second base. Standing up is Danica Graham. So now runners at second and third base. So 2 runners in scoring position for Charlie. And 1 ball is the count. 1-0. Lined, finds the 5-6 hole. 1 run's going to come across. Ashlyn Noah steps on home plate. They will hold the runner up at third and safely into second base. It's Charlie Spoonster. 5-4, Clopton leads. It was a great job by the sophomore. And she has not played softball in 4 years and comes in this season and has definitely made an impact on the Clopton Lady Hawks program. She's got some speed. She's been able to drop a bunt down, and she just came up big in the top of the 7th inning to give her team the lead in this EMO conference matchup. Coach Rebecca Prowley wraps up a conversation that she was having with the Lady Owls in the pitcher circle, and it's Riley Kuntz, the 3 spot, who steps in. With runners at second and third base, still no outs. This one is grounded sharply to Kinsey James. They're going to catch the runner, and it was Danica Graham who moved up the line as the ball was grounded. She did not have to go anywhere. They throw back behind her. It was a very heads-up play by both Macy Mooney and Kinsey James. Kinsey was able to make the throw to third base, and it was a nice tag by Macy Mooney on the helmet to record the first out, and that eliminates a base runner. But safe at first base, reaching on the fielder's choice, it is Riley Kuntz. So runners at first and second base with 1 out and a strike on the 4 hole. That is Callie Noah. Callie has drove in 3 of the 5 runs that you see on the board for Clopton today. She lines this one into left field. Another single for Callie Noah. That left side has been peppered by Noah today. Base is juiced. And it's Williamson who comes to the plate. There will be a courtesy runner in place of Callie Noah. And that courtesy runner is Williams. Williams, a freshman, she wears number 7, so she will take over at first base for Callie. And 5-4 is our score, with Clopton having the bases loaded here in the top of the 7th inning. And it's the 5 spot, Williamson. Williamson checks the first pitch, watches it all the way to the glove. And it's taken for a strike. 0-1. Flashing bunt. She tries to get it down. It was a squeeze situation as Spoonster was hustling up the line. She does get her bat on it, which is exactly what you want. It just unfortunately was a foul ball on Williamson's behalf. 0-2, but that's a good position for Rylan Harris. Now you know her back is against the wall. This one is a little bit off speed. It is fouled off back to the net. 0-2. Harris has been ahead of most hitters today. He's been really good about mixing speeds and hopping from corner to corner. Beautiful curveball. Morris can't bring it back in to get called for a strike, but painted the corner. It's taken for the first ball in this at-bat. 1-2. Next pitch is just as beautiful, and that one doesn't catch the corner either. 2 balls, 2 strikes with the bases loaded. Williamson digs back in on the right side, and Harris tries to get her to chase. That is really good discipline by Williamson. That pitch was right on the line, could have went either way. Wasn't necessarily Williamson's pitch. She's able to force ball 3. Now a full count, nowhere to put her. This one is grounded slowly to the second baseman. Carroll is up with it, and a stretch from Morris. She's tossed out at home. Spoonster will head back to the dugout as it was a force out. And now 2 outs on the board. That was a great stretch. And just what Silex needed. With 2 outs, bases are still loaded for Clopton, and it's Jarrett at the plate. The first pitch is low. The count. This one is lifted in the air. Second baseman Carroll calls everybody off. She floats towards first base, makes the catch. Clopton is able to get a run across and give themselves the lead as they roll into the bottom of the 7th inning. They lead the Silex Lady Owls 5-4 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, DG Firearms, Lynn's Heritage House, and Reed Insurance Agency.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
The Clopton Lady Hawks did what they needed to do in the top of the 7th. They have given themselves the lead. They need 3 outs to secure this EMO conference victory, and it's been a very good performance from both sides. I think Silex has done a lot of things very well. I think Clopton's done a lot of things very well, and that's really nice to see as these 2 teams roll towards the postseason, which is just a couple of weeks away, but it'll be here before we know it. Silex has a little bit of work to do. Everything got started for Clopton with a walk that was issued at the beginning of the inning to Bailey Baker, and then they were able to get some timely hits. They were able to get a run across. It was off the bat of Charlie Spoonster. She drove in the 1 run that is the difference in this ball game, and it is 5-4. The Morris, Van Horn, Twellman, and a single up the middle as it's just under the glove of Ashlyn Noah. That's a good start for Silex, and a late 7th inning rally with no outs. So Morris is on with a single. It'll be the 4 spot, Austin Van Horn. You're at the heart of your lineup for Silex, so this is dangerous for Clopton. And could be a very good thing for the Lady Owls. Swinging out of her shoes. It was a pitch she liked. Austin Van Horn does not make contact. 0-1. The runner at first base, Morris, giving a couple of words of encouragement as Noah paints the inside corner, but it is high, taken for a ball. They do check on the runner, Morris. Throw is not in time as Morris is back in safely. 1-1 the count. Van Horn, slow ground ball to the left side. There was a big hole as Graham was shifted and she was cheating towards second base. That has been the story from both sides. You can cheat if you've got range, and both of these shortstops, James and Graham, have been beat on slow rollers that are getting to the green. So that is a single in the books for Austin Van Horn, but it's definitely not what you want to see for the Lady Hawks. That is an example of the pitcher making a pitch that could have easily been a double play. Rylan Harris could have had a couple of those similar plays go in her favor too when she was in the circle, and it's just tough. Runners at first and second base for the Silex Lady Owls. It's a 1-1 count to the hitter, Twellman. No outs. 5-4 Clopton leads. This one lifted down the left field line. It's going to burn the left fielder, Wilson. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run comes across. The game is tied, and they are going to hold up Austin Van Horn at third base. So runners at second and third. This game is once again tied thanks to Kylie Twellman. That was a nice shot. And it looked like Wilson was shaded more towards center field, and we know that these corners, this is a big field down the line. That is where you can definitely get beat here. You're going to have to work on your angles and getting to that ball, because if not, it's going to roll to the fence. And so no matter where you are in the outfield, if you do not get to that ball, it rolls to the fence. So being very heads up on the base path, Silex is able to take advantage of it. They've tied this game, and now it's Rylan Harris at the plate. She has the opportunity to win this game for her team in walk-off fashion, with runners at second and third base and no outs. First pitch is low inside. They'll check on the runner at third base. Van Horn's back in safely. It's bodied by Kuntz as the ball came in on one hop. 1-0. Next pitch is lifted and foul. Ball to the outfield. Even if it was a fly ball, could be the end of this ball game. Next pitch runs inside. Just a little too far. Our count is 2-1. Noah comes set, ready to deliver the next pitch as Harris gets her load. Watches the next one as right by her jersey. Heads to the catcher's mitt, but it is taken as ball 3. 3-1. This one is hit down the first baseline, and it was spinning. A one-hop. Jarrett had trouble with it. Tosses it home. And the Silex Lady Owls come around to score. It is a game won in walk-off fashion. Brooke Jarrett just couldn't figure out where she wanted to go with the ball. 6-5, Silex wins this one, and that's a feel-good moment for the pitcher Rylan Harris as she gets her Silex Lady Owls the victory. We'll talk about this one next in the postgame show on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by W5 Auction Services, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Discover Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, open Wednesday through Sunday, with our lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wrap options, and salads. Enjoy dinner favorites like the make-your-own pasta dish, lasagna, and red wine pot roast from 4 p.m. to close. We offer more than just pizza and Italian. There's something for everyone. When the weather is nice, dine on our beautiful patio. Now open Sundays from 11 to 2. Join us at Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
At Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green, we're not only helping kids grow stronger, we're helping grow a stronger community for the future. Pediatrician Dr. Barbara White provides the specialized care your child needs from birth through college, right here at home. From routine checkups to immunizations, we're equipped to handle all of your child's health needs. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
A quality win for the Silex Lady Owls as they are able to win it in walk-off fashion. It was a ground ball down the first baseline, and it was spinning. It was off the inner part of Rylan Harris's bat, and Brooke Jarrett did what she could. It was slow rolling on a one hop and had a little bit of trouble with it. She came up firing to home plate, just not in time, and the Silex Lady Owls are able to pick up the EMO conference victory. They come from behind to get that win, but it was a really good top of the 7th inning, too, for the Clopton Lady Hawks, and they've struggled a little bit offensively over the last couple of weeks. And, you know, we were talking in the pregame show for both of these teams. We've seen really good days in the batter's box for both of these teams, and every team has that. But it's been kind of a roller coaster from both sides, and I said that the team that was going to contribute all 7 innings offensively, which both of these teams did, was going to come out on the backside of this. But there are a couple of things that did happen that you're probably going to look back on and kick yourself a little bit, but there were a couple of things on both sides that got them into the position. You know, this game was tied 4-4, then it was tied at it was tied before that at 3-3. So, you know, it was just fighting and scratching tooth and nail to try to get back to this position. But both sides, they had a little bit of trouble with the left side of the field. So there were a lot of individuals on the left side that were shading towards second base, and so they left some big holes, which was great. And you saw that in the outfield as well. It's great if you're hitting and you're playing offensively, but when you see those big holes, you have to know that as a defender, I'm going to have to cover that much ground. So, yeah, it's nice to have a shift, but what are you giving up? And it did burn both of these teams at different points throughout the course of the game, but nothing to take away from this. This was a quality game from both sides. I think that there was a lot of really good signs of fight in this game, and Silex was just able to get another run across here in the 7th, bottom of the 7th, to walk it off. They were able to score 2. That's what they had to do to win it. And Clopton had an opportunity with bases loaded, and they could only push 1 run across. So Silex was the better team in that matchup this afternoon as they get the victory 6-5. We'll wrap this one up, tell you where we're going to be tomorrow night when we come back on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick Dealer in Hannibal, Service and Supply Co-op, and PJ's Salon.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer at People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor. State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford. Vicki Cadwalader, Real Estate, and Pepsi.
It was a great afternoon here at Silex High School. It was the Lady Owls able to defeat the Clopton Lady Hawks in this one, and they did it in walk-off fashion in the bottom of the 7th inning. They put 2 runs across, as Clopton was able to put 1 run across in the top of the 7th, and they put Silex, put their backs against the wall. As Silex was down 5-4, they were able to put 2 runs across, and that was a big 7th inning, and I think that only prepares Silex in their coming weeks. I know that both Silex and Clopton will be competing this weekend in the Louisiana Lady Bulldog Invitational, so possibility that these two teams see each other again, but Clopton fell in the one that mattered to the Silex Lady Owls, as this is the one that is going to be counted for EMO conference play. But these two teams, like I said, they both played really great games. It's just unfortunate there were some big hits, and there were some power behind some of the hits that we saw today, but a lot of the slow rollers and the balls that were hit on the ground that maybe found a hole where there shouldn't have been, those are unfortunately the price that both teams have paid multiple times throughout the course of the game, and this time it does hurt the Clopton Lady Hawks. They fall short in this one. Tomorrow night we will have coverage from under the Friday Night Lights as we bring you Bowling Green versus Louisiana. That'll be a fantastic game. It's a Battle of 54 rivalry. We always look forward to doing it every single year, and so we will be bringing you that one. It'll be from Bowling Green this year, so the Bobcats will be hosting the Bulldogs. It'll be a great game. And then tomorrow night we also will have online photo coverage of the Vanfar Indians and the Montgomery County Wildcats, as the Vanfar Indians, state-ranked Vanfar Indians, we should mention, in Class 1. They're at the number 6 spot. They will be hosting Montgomery County for homecoming, and then we'll also provide photo coverage this weekend. As long as Mother Nature is nice to us, we will have photo coverage from the Louisiana Bulldog Invitational, which features many of our area teams. But another good night on the softball diamond. Beautiful weather for it from Maddie and from everybody back at the station, from Tanis, who is also here this evening, saying thank you and good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night for more football on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. From KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, this is Eagle 102, broadcasting 24/7, 365. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102.
Your all-time favorites.